here we go, going back to the underground. Minecraft 1.20.1 on the fabric loader, featuring the Spectrum mod, and Hephaestus and everything else. First thing, right off the bat, I poured out the iron into the tank, and it's back in there. We have successfully not unloaded our inventory, though this pipe bomb is here and shouldn't be. I'm still just having the darndest time getting, just getting the world to save properly. It staunchly refuses to do that. But that's why we opted not to unpack before shutting down yesterday. Because the game just can't be trusted to actually save what I've done. Iron also starting to get out of hand. That's a bit concerning. I don't have any duplicate bags today, so that's good. But I do have stack after stack of moonstone. And I guess I'll hang on to this bag of pipe bombs. Maybe it'll be useful. Things you never thought you'd hear. Maybe this bag of pipe bombs will be useful. That's an odd noise. Maybe my phone shouldn't be making noises while I'm live. Alright, so these basalt stairs need to go. Don't need that. I am continuing to hope that the daylight nighttime machine works adequately. And it looks like we're about to get a test. As the sun goes down. Of course, now I'm blinding myself to the sun, so this test won't help. Alright, power 1, sun is still in the sky. We need the sun to be fully down before this reaches a power level of, what was it, 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. We're up to 6. Still see the sun over there. Alright, sun is safely below the horizon at power level 7. The door's open. The moon is high. And my sun-sensitive plant is accepting moonlight. I think that's all set. I think we did it. So now my jade vine can grow. Let me see if I can plant some of these jadeite lotuses on the ceiling as well. That is apparently not how it works. I don't know what these grow on, but it is not stone brick. In the wild, I guess they're attached to black slag. I mean, there are worse things than trying to stick black slag on the ceiling. Whoa! I guess it grew. Well, I gotta secure my area, don't I? I live in a hole. So I have double doors to the main base, single door to the mining tunnel, and this one leads into this Moonlight Arboretum, which has slab floors, so nothing can spawn in here despite the darkness. Plant on the black slab. It says no. How do these work? Book. Explain yourself. It's malachite. It's not what I want. It doesn't say a thing about the Moonlight Lotus. Maybe that's in the biome. Liquid crystal, crystalline structures, jadeite blossoms. Hanging from the high ceiling, they're very tasty. That doesn't tell me anything. It might be dirt. I'll check that out. But now I'm wondering where that block of black slag went. It did, and I have seen them grow from very high ceilings, but I believe that they can just... I've seen them grow kind of short before. Even so, it's worth a shot. Dirt. Bulb. Hey! Victory. Now, these things are stupid big. They're practically 3x3 when they fully bloom. So I'm going to need to put this one here. And then here. Why am I jumping? I have extra reach. These things aren't particularly light sensitive, but where else am I going to put them except next to the things that are? Alright, one thing I definitely don't have enough of is storage. And honestly, that's primarily Spectrum's fault. There's just resource after resource after resource. Like, I'm still finding new resources. Like, there's malachite stuff that I can't do a thing with yet. As for the lodestone, we're going to take a gold and an ingot cast, turn this on, melt the lodestone. That'll give me a netherite. I have this onyx chime. It's basically useless. Pretty much a decorative block. I don't have room for more enchanted apple-y things. But apparently I'm putting them here for some reason. But also here... What good is a filing system if I'm not consistent with it? the polished basalt for junk blocks. And now to unpack the rest. Like all these diamonds. Book, cauldrons. No, wait, what was that? Bundle, go back. Bismuth. It doesn't matter. Everything. Everything. We got a ton of key toxic, which is good because we crushed all the key toxic we had before. Diamonds for blocks. Diamonds for days. Let's just put it that way. Plenty of ooze. This is ancient ooze that are recovered from the deeping depths, so we're not drinking this. This is going to be crafting ingredients later. Actually, the green grasses have no downside and just grant buffs, so maybe we keep these and drink them at some point. The rum, though. We're not taking 4 minutes of vulnerability. That's ridiculous. 30 seconds of poison isn't that bad for everything that's being given, but I'd rather use these as crafting ingredients. Get him out of here. I only drink quality. Jadeite, that thing, Jadeite Lotus, the book. The Gilded Book is for enchanting. Rock Candy, 15 seconds of speed 5. I'll just keep that on hand and eat it because it's funny. Oh. About that Ever Promise ribbon. Apparently I already have a place for that. Moonstone cores. Bismuth flakes I can't do anything yet with. Cauldrons and blast furnaces. I need a second blast furnace. That'll go right here. Actually, that'll go up there with the other one. And so that's symmetry. 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 I have one Ender Slime crystal. Oh. I just heard the pistons close. The sun isn't even up yet, so that's good. That'll keep the Jadeite block, the moon plant safe. Because if the moon plant is ever exposed to direct sunlight, it just dies. Which is no fun. I think that's everything that I need to file away. Once we get this gold out. And these planted nephrite blossoms are just a fun kind of tree from the deep underground. So much for those stairs. I guess I can't take that turn anymore. Well, anyway, where am I putting these trees? Probably over here. This seems like a fun place for interesting underworld trees. Be gone, grass. Your services are not required. And that should be everything. I mean, I want more charcoal for these. Especially this one. But that's not a concern immediately. I could use more potatoes. Which I should have somewhere. There they are. Alright. Now let's get into the dark. We're going down, down, all the way down. And then some. This mineshaft stair goes all the way to bedrock. And now that we're at bedrock, we're going to happily hop through this hole through the bedrock. And I forgot something that I need. Well, darn. Also, I need to break this one block here. I think this is what's causing me damage when I come back. $2-hour credit. I haven't had to go all the way up because I've forgotten something since, like, day 3. This is, I think, the first time I've had to go all the way back because of some critical forgotten thing. In at least a full week. And what I've forgotten is we need something with Silk Touch. I think the easiest way to do that is just to make another bedrock pick. Despite how awful this looks, it's actually not all that expensive. So that starts with a gold pickaxe. 3 bedrock dust, 3 black pigment. That's all the bedrock dust I currently have. Half of my remaining black pigment, but I've got more trees, so that's fine. 3 onyx powder, a stratine gem, and 3 stratine fragments. Gem, fragments, and all the onyx powder is in here, because it's a real pain to get. That all goes over here in the fusion shrine. One stack after another. And then we finalize it with a bucket of midnight solution. The crazy corrosive black stuff will fuse all the ingredients together. There. Indestructible pickaxe that comes pre-enchanted with Silk Touch. Now we can go into the deeping depths. Which is not that way. Why do I have no bottles? I'm not familiar with what Vault Hunters is. The last time I heard the term was Borderlands. So perhaps the comparison to Borderlands wasn't entirely inaccurate. Oh, that was fast. So this bottle of ruin is some very, very aggressive and dangerous stuff that can destroy your world if left unchecked. It eats bedrock. That's just what it does. And it spreads on its own, so the gray goo problem is very real. Which is why I always keep empty bottles on hand to recontain it immediately after it's done its job. Because I do not want this stuff getting out of hand. Unlike its two previous versions, Fading and Failing, Ruin has no limit to how far it can spread if it gets out of hand. If you remember way, way back to Mistcraft, it's the same as the Black Decay. And yes, it's also beholden to random ticks. Sometimes it works, sometimes it appears that it doesn't. And while it turns bedrock into bedrock dust, an important crafting material for the mod, it'll also turn literally any other block into another ruin source. It'll eat deep slate, it'll eat torches, it'll eat ladders, it'll eat water blocks, both source and flowing. It doesn't care. If you let this stuff get out of control, it will consume your world. And the only way to stop it is this bottle right here. I don't know how much decay this bottle can destroy in one shot, but this is a counter agent that eats decay. That's all it does. But enough terrifying gray goo nanite nonsense. It is time to get back into the Deeping Darks. And the nonsense that is everything about this. Welcome to the Advanced Spectrum mod, post-end. I had to use that ruin stuff to destroy bedrock to get down here in the first place. And ruin is made from dragon's breath. I'm going to grab this water, which I really don't want to do, but it's in the way. This is a cave. This is a calm down world gen kind of cave. It goes down. We'll just say it goes down. Yeah. We'll pay the yellow ink tax to be able to see. I probably shouldn't hold this down for this long. The cost goes up the longer I use it. And I haven't re-upped my yellow ink supply. Ooh, look at all those emeralds. Too bad they're far too inconvenient to collect. So down here, darkness is even worse than usual. Visibility is generally garbage unless you have a magical way to throw light around like I do. Some other magic mods that allow you to throw torchlights like bullets would be helpful. But this is the fabric mod loader. Those mods don't exist. Over here is something I kind of want to test. These weird lizards. The book has some mysterious reference about glass panes in relation to these lizards. So I don't know if they eat glass, or if I can tame them with glass, or if I'm just supposed to use glass to contain them. A lizard. Glass? No, that's not the answer. Get that back then. I'm really not happy about there being 3 of them, because they are hostile, and while they appear slow, they follow a trend of hostile monsters down here, in that once they get within reach, they suddenly become faster. A lot faster. Okay, I can't give it glass. Now it wants to eat me. Have giant sword. Ow. That's a lot of damage. I know 4 hearts for one weird monster doesn't sound like much, but I'm wearing Diamond class armor plus, and also have a secret invisible health bar that I don't even know how big it is. Made of the defensive Azure Dike stuff. This belt gives me 6 hearts. Each of these rings gives me another 4. And they should be visible, but they're not, and I don't know why. Also, the lag here is intense. These creatures should not be stuttering around. They should be moving smoothly. But that's been happening with the Nether too, so I'm not nearly as concerned with it as I probably should be. Also, it looks like my water isn't doing what water is supposed to do. We've got black landghast biome here in the deep barrens. Nasty stuff. Water, why won't you fall? What is holding up the water? Oh. Waterlogged light sources. Have created water source blocks way up here that I can't do anything about. Well, I guess if you look at it, that's kind of a good thing, actually. Because it means I can continue my staircase unimpeded by water, and still have the giant waterfall as a landmark that gets me to my giant staircase. So, time to keep going down through all the mysterious new stone types that we have. Yeah, we're only 3 blocks into dark, and it's already pitch black. Darkness in this area is very aggressive. At least it doesn't deal damage to you like some other deep dark mods I could name. Starting to encounter slush, which is actually good farmland if you can collect it. I'm not interested though, I'm just going down. I don't even know how far down I intend to go. Oh, silverfish? I didn't know there was silverfish down here. Silverfish in the black slag. What do you think of that? Lots of silverfish in the black slag, apparently. I'm a little puzzled that they don't, swarm you once you kill one, the way normal silverfish do. I guess because it's not infested stone, it's just more black slag. Mysteries. Seems the silverfish pocket has been passed. I could bypass them entirely by using the Silk Touch pickaxe, but I don't have... I don't have a bag for non-cobblestone stone. And yeah, the music is deliberately very creepy intense, just to add atmosphere to the very, very spooky, deep, deep, dark, underground, nasty nonsense. It's dark. It's dark and creepy and mysterious and new and dangerous. All kinds of things. Everything about this area is hostile and does not want you here. Well, now I can't continue my staircase, because Dragonbone is currently indestructible, and there's nothing I can do about that. And I don't want to go round. I want to go through. Which means we'll be making no more progress on that front until at least Wednesday. Instead, I guess we'll go check out this nearby seed vault that I discovered yesterday. I could, but again, I don't want to. I want my staircase to continue unbroken and unabated in the direction that I intend to have it. And I can do that, just not yet. I'm just going to happily float around with my cloud boots, because those purple guys down there, I want less than nothing to do with. Though it looks like I'm going to have to hit the ground soon, because I'm running out of free airspace. How is my yellow ink? 5.5k yellow ink. I'm running out of light. I want to get to that seed vault. Oh, this is how I did it. Alright then. Boing. Or is it how I did it? Because I can see from the map that I've passed by this way. I'm just not seeing how. Now I am. I didn't place all these lights just now. Some of them are from the past. So I must have climbed up and over this way. Let me up already. That's the way I traveled before. Fall damage immunity is a hell of a drug. And now we're here. This place is very dangerous if you are walking, but practically harmless if you crouch. As we saw yesterday, these white and black kind of funny-shaped cubes in here are turrets. They are sound activated, which is why breaking blocks sent those echoes around. As long as I stay crouching, these things don't know I exist, even as I'm killing them. Please ignore that they're staring right at me. There's nothing they can do. Which makes this whole area very silly. Now, if I were to stand up and make footstep noises, these things are extreme threats. They basically start machine gunning you. And all that implies. Which is why I am very keen on sneaking around and not dealing with any of that. There's 4 more of them up here. Thankfully, I don't think any mobs can spawn on this preservation stone. Certainly a property of the mod, and it definitely makes this a lot easier. Alright, that's the upstairs clear. We have more pipe bombs. Why will these pipe bombs not go in my bag of pipe bombs? I don't understand. Well, they do if I drop them. Okay, that's fine. It's all pipe bombs. Which don't stack and are terrible. But at least they're going in the bag. So I don't have to worry about absolutely flooding my inventory with these things. As the upper floor are clear, next up, the lower floor. Maybe there'll be something down here that I can actually use. Step 1, get the turrets, like that one. Step 2, grab the ladders and then check these upper alcoves. And then step 3, hope that the upper alcoves give me what I need to break through this dragon bone. Because if they don't, we're stuck until Wednesday. Nothing dangerous in here, just a residential pod. Item roundel with sticks. Functionally nothing. And a music disc, which I think is the same music disc that we picked up in the last seed vault. I'm also taking the jukebox. That'll save me a diamond for making one later. I'll just take these. And that gets me into the next one. Also very dark. A note block. I really don't know why there's a single note block in here. Doesn't seem to do anything. And another onyx chime, which I will happily steal. I think this upper alcove actually has a turret in it, so we will... Yep, there it is. I don't know what lunatic keeps a turret right next to their bed. But apparently it's someone that eats enchanted golden carrots, which are totally a normal thing that... Yeah, these don't exist outside of the mod here. Unfortunately, we have not been given the means to proceed. So I cannot break through this dragon bone until Tuesday, or Wednesday. And the reason for that is because it takes incandescent amalgam, which is a special explosive that is brewed. And the brewing barrels, they take a while. I'm just taking a peek up here. I've never looked. It seems like it's nothing. Just dark. So we're kind of stymied. The only thing we can really do is float around and try and look for that last biome. which is still eluding us. There are so many undercities around here. Just a ridiculous number of them. And everything seems to be either Noxshroom Forest or Dragonrot Swamp. With the swamp being more hostile than the forest. I suppose I could go down here. Actually, I should do that. Yeah, we need to go down here into the Crystal Gardens region and start doing things with the Humming Stone, which is why I made Silk Touch. We are after that blue stuff. This blue stuff here. So we'll swap over to Silk Touch and start a grabbing. Which takes a little longer than I was counting on. And I definitely want my magnetic sword in my offhand, so I don't have to go chasing down every block that we break. In any other world, this block of raw gold would be an interesting find. But I have so much metal already, just hanging around at home, unused, gold included. Down to 3k yellow ink. Not happy about that. But what you gonna do? Oh, a real spider. Actually, it's a cave spider. Because there are no normal spiders down here. It's either cave spiders or those really irritating purple things. So what are we even doing here? What are these crystals for? Well, I think when I picked up some of this, the book started to explain. Humming Stone. It's a very sturdy, very blast-resistant glass, and that's the Humming Stone glass. In the midst of the glass, there are humming stones that emit a hum when triggered. If I built a cinder hearth, and I still need to do that, we can smelt the humming stone glass into clear glass. There's also a further secret to the humming stone that I am trying to unlock, and I know how to do. It just requires that we collect more of it. thing about hummingstone is that it's also a sound-based material. When you trigger it, it makes a noise. This noise resonates with other nearby hummingstone blocks, and they all begin singing in tandem. If you have enough of them all crammed into one place, then this creates a resonance cascade that causes them all to shatter. And that creates a resource that I need. Ordinarily, the book would at least attempt to explain all this. Unfortunately, because we still haven't found the last biome, it's not triggering that. I don't know why terrain generation seems to be so messed up compared to the last time I came through here playing with this mod. But something happened to it in the last version update that has just screwed the whole thing. You know what? Maybe this bundle should be for hummingstone glass. That'll keep it contained. Then we can keep looking for humming. Well, that's a lot of them. It doesn't seem like enough to trigger the cascade, though. But maybe it's close. I have about 10 more. Come on, you noisy crystal. Sing. Still no? I've got more. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. All the hummingstone exploded. And now we have a bunch of resonance shards. Resonance shards don't have very many uses. But one of these uses is very, very important for the mod. And that's the resonant pickaxe. What the resonant pickaxe does is it acts like a form of silk touch. Kind of. Its key property is that it allows us to collect budding crystal blocks. So I can just collect budding amethyst, budding citrine, budding topaz, budding moonstone from down here in the depths, and make my own geode. With all the crystals I need, which is, thanks to the mod, literally all the crystals. I also need to silk touch some of these bismuth clusters, because we're not going to make much progress unless I get some actual bismuth buds. There we go. Finally, an achievement. All progress in the mod is achievement based, so if you don't get the achievement, you didn't do it. There's more buds over there. So we'll just glide this way. And grab some more vaguely rainbow colored friends. Is that emerald? No, that's more diamond. I'm just going to ignore more diamond. Conventional riches no longer motivate me down here. We have all the normal stuff I could possibly want. It's all the new stuff that we need to collect. Alright, bismuth buds. Explain yourself. Enchanting, resonance. Allows some blocks to preserve themselves, to drop themselves or preserve special properties. It can't be used with Silk Touch, Fortune, and Pest Control. It can collect gemstone buds. You get more saplings out of colored leaves, which would be nice if you could get resonance on a tool that doesn't have like 7 durability, like this pre-enchanted tool does. You can collect spawners. Apparently you can collect reinforced deep slate. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. Skulk Shriekers that can summon wardens. Now there's a terrifying idea. Let's just bring some of those home. What could go wrong? Signs, infested blocks. I mean, why? Why would you want to do that? There's also this neat ring, which is made with a full stack of moonstone, a full stack of gold blocks, a bismuth ring, and a resonant lily. What does it do? I don't know. It's expensive. Bismuth. You can collect seedlings. They're not useful. How do they grow without a budding block? It slightly grew in proximity of other metals. So that's something we'll have to keep in mind. A frustrating clue that I know a little bit about, but not nearly enough. And oh yeah, more of these jadeite things. I don't think I need any more bulbs, but we do need more petals, and probably more entire lotuses. I don't know why. It's difficult to collect, so I should probably just collect as much of it as I can. I think the petals are more important than the entire lotuses, but that's something that remains to be seen. Oh, we have an opportunity here. Water is flowing over liquid crystal and turning it into freezing crystal. That's all mine now. That's just, I'll be taking that. And we'll switch tools because I need cobbled black slag, not regular black slag. Oh, more bismuth bits. Not quite all of them. I don't really know how many of these I'm going to need either. I just know that in order to progress, we need to grow one. It's kind of difficult to be playing based on half-remembered bits and pieces. It'd be much easier if I could just find the last biome, because that achievement will trigger the book to unlock and tell me more about how to progress. That's it. This is the biome in question. The threateningly named Razor Edge. The gimmick of this biome is that everything is pointy. From the grass to the walls. Especially the grass, actually. There's also this aloe stuff. It's the only place to find aloe. Oh. Which it actually can't natively grow here, so the aloe exists, but it's not happy about it and constantly breaking all on its own. It's just naturally a desert plant and very upset by everything. We also have bristle sprouts, which I don't know how to harvest. Some of them grow into holly berries. I think the pointy looking ones do, which I know doesn't narrow it down at all because everything looks pointy around here. We also have pyrite. Ow. I stepped on something pokey. Does pyrite do anything of value? As far as I know, no. If you dig it with Silk Touch, it comes off in full blocks. If you don't dig it with Silk Touch, it comes off in pieces, similar to clay, where you have to put them back together. Pieces go into the Ring of Pursuit, which increases mining speed with magenta ink. It's a nice thought, but both of our ring slots are taken by more important things. Pyrite itself, it's basically, well, it does something. No idea what. So it could theoretically maybe be useful. Who knows? You know what, since it breaks off in chunks of 4, and my non-Silk Touch pickaxe is faster, or is it? I can't actually tell. Let's just accept it in chunk form. Anyway, the whole point of coming here was not to harvest pyrite, or stare at the pointy grass, or the bizarre freaking blades that are just called rippers coming off of the walls. Which, if you ever want a field of spikes for your floor, this is the stuff. These don't craft into anything at all, but they will tear apart anything that steps on them. But I'm getting distracted. Let's look at the book. There's the Ring of Pursuit that we just looked at. Upgrades mining proficiency. We found aloe. Drought-loving plants. They can't handle too much light and nutrient-rich soil. So I guess they have to grow on sand in the dark. Good to know. I have a room for that. Resources, bismuth and malachite beneath the bedrock, pyrite and razor edge. Pyrite, unless silk touched, it shatters into chunks. It has variants. Pyrite rippers, they're painful. The razor edge biome. Everything here seems to thrive on stabbing you. And it has bristle sprouts. We still have some unknowns. Somehow, I still haven't unlocked the exploration achievements that are supposed to be on this page, and I really don't know why. Because I'm still missing a biome. I don't even know what biome I'm missing. Oh, here's Sawblade Holly, which gives us pointy berries and some new recipes. I don't think I can collect that bush, even with shears. Oh. Nope, it's more berries. But I can collect bristle sprouts, so that's how that works. I wondered how to get these. Or, no, it was something else that I couldn't figure out yet. Something like bristle bay leaf. Yeah, prickly bay leaf. I still don't know how to get these. But it just seems like something that would happen in this biome. So we finally found an example of the pointiest biome. Hello, thank you for the follow. Though that's certainly a questionable name I won't be repeating immediately. We'll just continue our exploration of this very dark region. I don't know what keeps immediately dying. Like, is the lizard eating bats? Is that what's going on? Because every time I look over at this guy, I see the poof of something being killed. But no death noise. So whatever he's eating, he's being very stealthy about it. Found some evidence of a dead skeleton. Maybe that's related. Whatever's going on. We apparently still have some exploring to do. Because there's still one biome unaccounted for. I thought Razor Edge was the last one. Now things are starting to look a little more varied. Glow squids. Hanging out in the water into liquid crystal transition. $880 yellow ink. Well, we're functionally out of magic light. Down to torches now. And our map seems to have no new secrets for us. Let me tell you what I'm not trying. Whatever the heck you're on about. I don't put up with that. Boom? What the heck just exploded? Whatever it is, it exploded here. There's gunpowder. But I see no evidence of what it was. It wasn't a creeper, because if it was, there would be no gunpowder. They drop no gunpowder after they die. So I suppose the mystery just continues. bats flying into pointy things. Me walking into pointy things. Flowing liquid crystal. Yeah, much too small. And it's also much too small and also the wrong biome for something else explosive in the area, the doom blooms. Doom blooms are exclusively a dragonrot swamp thing. Now look, another city. These undercities have gone from being kind of hard to find last I played to being way too common. Which is annoying, because they basically have nothing in them. Alright, I'm going to have to leverage one of these shulkers, because my inventory is beginning to get loaded with all kinds of miscellaneous nonsense. What else can go in here? These, this, that, those. Basically whatever I don't immediately feel like I have room for. Or will immediately collect more of. In that vein, the spider eye and the string we'll see more of. The lizard meat, maybe not. Now there are a lot of things around here that I could look into and could check, but so much of it would pretty much be a waste of time. All these apartments are pretty much the same. There are books in that super barrel. This one is empty. This one is empty. Those two are always empty. We have cauldron, loom, smoker. I don't know why the fern is in the item frame. That makes no sense to me. This is kind of cool, though. They use a Knoxwood trapdoor in an item frame to look like a torch sconce. Which is an element of cool design. I'm behind that. And these chests upstairs only have one tool in them. And what tool it is kind of random. Sometimes includes bundles, which are empty. And that's it. Everything is the same. From house to house to house. See, there's the bundle. The only other thing in these apartment complexes of any use at all, this water stream is irritatingly trying to cover up. It is the basement. Which is always ruined, full of potted dead plants and mushrooms. Anyone's guess as to what these used to be. Blast furnaces, cauldrons, barrels of ancient booze and terracotta. Huh. Charcoal is an interesting find. And that's it. That's everything down here. Unless you really want to inspect the stained glass aquarium thing with the single lightning rod in it. Whatever that's supposed to be, I couldn't tell you. Now, however, I seem to have a phone call, so I'll be back shortly. Alright then. Short call, surprisingly not spam. Also, unsurprisingly, the guy that I just banned has left chat. I mean, all he wanted to do was sell me garbage, so... Not someone I'm too broken up about punting. Seriously though, what is the biome that I'm missing? Also, what's this? This looks like a strange area. And this is a graveyard, possibly with a mausoleum, so that could be worth checking out. There's also something kind of strange looking to the west here. So, closest mystery first. Okay, I should not be surprised by this. It's an apartment complex that has been exploded. This really seems to me like it's just something happened to World Gen where it broke. But if this is supposed to look like this, and it's part of the mod's lore, and this building just exploded, I mean, how would I tell the difference between that and an error? We are finding more ancient booze, and there's more potted dead bushes. Just why? Can I revive these in the pot? No. It takes the dead bush out of the pot. And if I revive the dead bush, it becomes an acacia tree, which I hate. So, no point in doing that. Lots of ancient meat hanging around in these kitchens. Bread, cake, more cake. We have that cookbook. I could take the water bottles and drink them for more glass bottles, but why? Why even bother? Okay, so the weird area is pretty much just a restaurant. This is the back of another apartment complex. And you know what? I do need more yellow pigment. Damn, that's loud down here. The echoes make that so bad. Anyway, yellow pigment, yellow sapling. I don't really think we need the magenta. Like, actually to the point of throwing it away. If I need more magenta, I can just make some. We do have a graveyard with mausoleum. So let's see what we can do for grave robbing. Ah, this one has the crystal blocks. This is very good. The crystal blocks themselves are valuable, but more valuable than that are these memory eggs sitting on top of the crystal blocks. See, freezing crystal blocks prevent memories from hatching. So now we have a memory of a frog, a memory of a shulker. And it says will not manifest in my lifetime, but don't worry about that. There are ways around that. We got a piglin, a wolf. And wasn't there a red one? I feel like I'm missing an egg. I think there was a reddish pinkish one up there, but I guess not anymore. And then way in the back here we have another Ever Promise ribbon. No name tag this time. Interesting. I think this is enough weird nonsense to invoke either the next shulker box or probably this bundle. We'll just scoop up all the eggs and crystals in the bundle. Then I don't have to worry about them taking up space. Pools of midnight solution in places they probably shouldn't be. Green trees, blue, orange. I don't think I need any of those colors. We have another restaurant. There's a bunch of angry red dots on the map in this direction. I'm surprised it let me do that for that long. With what little ink I have. Yeah, I see erasers, zombie, creeper in the distance. All kinds of crap I want nothing to do with. But past them somehow. Past them is yet another city. We don't want another city. We want to finally identify the last biome. I have no idea what it is or even where to look. Nope. Submitted spider. I guess that's fine. Spider, gravity, not my problem. Bunch of angry red dots in this direction, too. At least one of them is a skeleton. And now it's not. More skeletons. Certainly better than a lot of other things we could have found. There's a certain comfort in conventional, familiar foes. Now it seems we're transitioning into a dragon rot swamp the hard way. Where am I even going at this rate? I have no idea. Oh look, more dragon bone. Useful, arguably, but not currently. Also, normal stone? Since when? How? Good thing I already have a bag for that. Pay no attention to that dying cat sound, it wasn't real. The dragon rot fluid just randomly makes dying animal noises of all types. I don't even know why I'm mining this iron and gold. We have too much of it back home. We have too much of it, and I don't have the space to hang on to it. Oh no. I did not intend to dig up into dragon rot. At least it's slower than lava. Yep, there's just the sound of cats dying for no reason. That was a wolf dying for no reason. This deadly lava-like fluid just makes the sound of dying animals for no good reason. What I can do right now, though, is experiment. Because I have buckets of every fluid in the world. I'm kind of curious what some of them do to this nonsense. Midnight Solution. It does bad things. Oh, this was a mistake. So I have created black materia everywhere. This is awful. Kind of. I mean, it's easy to break. And it's harmless. So maybe I did the whole area a favor by just turning all the dragon rot into black materia. There are certainly worse things that could have happened from that. Oh look, more dragon rot to perform bizarre and unethical experiments with. Maybe we should try gaining some altitude up above it before pouring more crap into the deadly substance. Oh hey, more silverfish. Silverfish are apparently immune to dragon rot. Why is everything immune to dragon rot? Except the player. It is extremely deadly stuff. To me. And only to me. Alright, well, we've determined that it turns Midnight Solution into black... Midnight Solution turns it into black materia, which then blots it all out because black materia has gravity and falls like gravel. How about liquid crystal? What if I put some liquid crystal over there? It also destroys dragon rot. By turning the dragon rot into rotten ground. Good to know. Not useful, but good to know. If we find more dragon rot, there are some experiments yet to be performed. Oh look, more dragon rot. Lots more dragon rot. Well, from the safety of my dragon bone perch among these very dangerous spider noises that I'll be ignoring for the time being, our next experiment is going to be water. Don't see a lot of water around this stuff. Water turns it into slush. Fascinating. Slush is good stuff. Slush can be used. You can till it like farmland, and it's automatically moist without needing a water source. And it claims, though I'm not sure how valid these claims are, but it claims to grow things faster than regular farmland. So let's be happy with our 43 slush, and the last experiment is lava. What does lava do to this nasty junk? Lava turns it into blackstone. Also interesting, but in no way useful. Well, we learned some things, very few of which were of any value whatsoever. We're kind of far from home. And maybe we need to think about getting back. Because inventory is starting to be a problem. And we have made no headway on finding the mysterious missing biome. We also need to farm more yellow trees. Because as of right now, we are out of magic light. This is not the best biome to be running out of magic light in, but it's the one where we find ourselves. I also want those glowing flowers down there, which is gonna suck because they're being patrolled by these little purple assholes. Miss, 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 miss. Got him. Now there's 3 more. As if the one I just dueled wasn't bad enough. Ack! Dying. Dying to 2 insects. Dying very rapidly to 2 insects. While this is true, the poison of these creatures is worse than normal poison. It can kill you. So, we're going to identify where these little suckers are and do a flyby. Land here where it's kind of safe, activate this pipe bomb, and have a gift. Bye. Ooh! I was still too close to that. What? Oh no, there's one behind me. I don't even know if the pipe bomb killed them. Probably not, but what else am I going to do with these things? Active, drop, run. There's more of them. They're multiplying. I think I'm killing some, but they're spawning faster than I'm killing them. Also, I'm not getting far enough away, and I'm definitely hanging out for too long. But I can still explode these doom blooms and collect the seeds. Which is what I wanted to do in the first place. I think that gave me a little altitude. And more seeds. Whatever's going on in this swamp, though, I'm just running and running and running. Wait. There's just a pool of mud here? That never happens. Natural pools of mud aren't real. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the secret missing biome. It's just more dragon raw swamp. And I don't have any buckets, I don't think, to take the mud with me. Not that I need them. Mud isn't that big a deal. I'm just very surprised. Anyway, in fleeing... Oh, great. Skeleton. As I was saying, in fleeing from the problems that we find ourselves with, like that one, I've managed to get farther and farther from the way home. So it's time to take pains to actually specifically try and get home. It's only about a kilometer away, in an underworld that is entirely underground. I guess once I reach a solid wall, we'll just kind of drill. Oh no. Well, this water well. Most mobs have the darndest time swimming up. Wait. Oh, Deep Dripstone Cave. That's the one I was missing. Because it's not nearly as down low as I have been this whole time. Well, if you like dripstone, this is the place to be. The pointed dripstone gets huge down here. There's clay and everything that you expect to find in a drip. I don't know how visible that is, since I have nothing to light it up with. But we've got dripstone spikes everywhere, above and below this area. I could use my slime sling to bounce over there and make it more visible, but the chances of landing on a spike are high. Nobody asked you, zombie. Okay, also got some samples of dripstone. Nice things to have. Alright. Now that we've finally found the last biome, what does the book say? What happened below? This is the chapter I've been waiting on. Was the place below bedrock inhabited? Check. We've found the city. Now that bedrock isn't the bottom anymore, what is there to find? How were the ruins you found in the overworld created? How did the Black Land Ghast come to be? Which we technically solved by reviving one of the dead melted plants in the black area. That didn't tell us much. Can the bones be broken? What about the weird crystals? We just did that, several minutes ago, like half an hour ago-ish, when I set up a hum and shattered a humming stone. And can you find geodes here? Yes, that's the white moonstone. Clues, cities. Not so much of as a soul to be seen. Black Land Ghast. The remains growing there were resonant lilies once. What happened? Humming stone. When vibrated, they rock each other without any external influences until they break into splinters. Moonstone. White geodes. That's a bad noise. That was a phantom noise. How the heck are there phantom noises in the deep underground? Well, I'm not going to ask those sorts of questions. I'm going to go home. Somehow. There seems to be a large wall in my And it's through very nasty, dangerous terrain. And I'm completely out of torches. Where are we? Yeah, that's a long way to go. Let's get to it. It's gonna get dark. There's less than nothing I can do about the dark right now. Once we get home, there are a couple items that I might consider crafting. That could solve our dark problem. One of the big ones is just going to be more yellow trees, so I can have more yellow ink. And therefore my magic light rod will last longer. There's also a kind of illuminating pin, where just wearing it automatically places temporary lights whenever you're in the dark. I haven't made that one yet, because it's kind of annoying, honestly. It's hard to tell when it's dark enough that I need to place a light, if it being dark enough automatically places a light. It just messes up my perception. Do not adjust your set, it really is this dark. The only reason we can see anything at all is because I have the light level mod installed, warning us that it's pitch freaking black. As if we didn't already know that. Though I am kind of surprised that there's no cave that we've broken into yet. I would have expected to hit open space by now. No matter, it's an all-you-can-eat black slag buffet. Minimap is showing more Dragon Rot Swamp, both to the right and the left. And our home point is kind of off to the left now. I think I'm going to turn right left immediately just because I see hostile red dots on the minimap, and I don't want to mess with that in pitch darkness. So we will just carry on in this direction and pay no attention to fellow emeralds. That's a lot of emeralds to just randomly trip over. Fascinating. Oh, great. Now I've got gravel. That I can barely see is gravel. How long is this going to take before I find some kind of open area that I can boot glide across? It's just eternal solid stone. There's an open area to the left, but it's, dragon rock. Don't want to go there. It's very dangerous. Hello, more gold. I don't really care about gold that much. Ah, evidence of a Noxshroom forest ahead. That will at least be more open. Noxshroom forests are cool. The problem is that you can't do anything with them with conventional tools or crafting benches. A vanilla crafting bench will not split Noxshroom wood into planks. You need a pigment pedestal for that. Getting close. Looks like we're almost out of this tunnel and in, well, less cramped and stuffy conditions. Though that spider noise does not give me confidence. Hi. Water Vader and lit mushrooms ho. Now this is workable. It just doesn't seem to be workable in the direction we need to go. Is that dragon rot? It is, through that little window. We're just going to float around the very ominous giant mushroom forest biome. Which is nice and spooky, and also down there. More crystal garden biome. And decently lit hummingstone crystals. Nice. Lots of jade flowers. Jadeite lotus, I think. Yeah, that's what it's called. And now we're going to go this way, floating merrily along. I see evidence of light down below, so this is ground we've traveled before. We're just above it. Though this pitch black does not bring confidence. I do not want to float across a dead black expanse, risk smacking into a wall I can't see, and then drop into a pool of midnight solution. That It's not how we are ending up today. Alright, we're close enough to the ground to see floor, and now we're not. I'm definitely seeing walls in dangerous places, and I'm going to do exactly what I said I didn't want to do. And almost fall into a pool of doom. But we're close. We're close enough to take risks. And I hit a wall and fell into a pool of doom, just like I said. Hooray! This looks like a tunnel I've cut before. Here's the giant wall of water. That I failed to destroy completely. But we're good. We are out. Let's celebrate with stairs. And then just get the heck out of here. Freedom! Okay, one stair block left. Technically 7, I suppose, but funny that I was very close to having exactly the number I needed. I was right. That bedrock block was dealing us a point of suffocation damage upon return, and it had to go. We have successfully escaped via stairs to more stairs. Wait, I'm remembering something. Yes. This is a zombie spawner farm for midnight ships. It just has a zombie spawner, dropping zombies into the very black garbage that we just ran away from. And they melt in the black garbage and turn into midnight ships. Ah, the sounds of NPC suffering. Okay. we have a bit of busy work to take care of. Which does not involve this suddenly stupid amount of emeralds. But if the trader manages to show up, we will be staring very hard at him, with the expectation that he brought something worth our time. We've got string, midnight chips. We never did use these basalt bricks. I got hummingstone glass, which should stay in there actually until we make a. I have to make that blast furnace thing. The radiant staff is useless to us until we make more yellow trees. I've got more ancient liquor, some of which is good, most of which is bad. We can turn the yellow into ink. What am I forgetting? Well, for one thing, this silk touch can get some efficiency on it. Because it was kind of lacking in that department. More stuff to put away, including even more emeralds and whatever's in this shoulder. Doom bloom seeds, very good. More ladders. How am I managing to collect so many ladders? I also already had a ton of pointed dripstone. Weird. This might be enough slush to convert the farm. Where did I... This. That's what I was looking for. Oh, we have a shooting star. Of perhaps a new type. Gemstone star. I'll have to bust that up momentarily. So what do I want to replace with slush first? I'm gonna say the amaranth. Maybe the carrots after that if there's still more. It's an unpleasantly meaty kind of sound. But it can still be tilled. You can't... That noise will always be a concern to me, even though I built it to do that. Just like, boom, loud noises. Jadeite lotus don't seem to be growing, though maybe it's because I haven't been home all this time. There's the amaranth. The rest of this amaranth has to be smashed because it's just in excess. Amaranth goes down with an anvil chaser. And now we go get it. That pulverizes the amaranth into grains. It's the only way to do it. With extreme violence. The gemstone star, put in the hole, and begin bashing. It bounces around, does some weird stuff, but we get stuff out of it. Mostly clusters and buds that I don't care about. But the star fragment, and especially the star dust, was the important thing out of that. Put away the actual crystals. Don't know what to do about these clusters. They don't help. I mean, this one I can break, it's a full cluster. But the buds are garbage. Stardust, star fragments. Go into the particle spawner, which is useless. They also go to the radiance pin, which we need, like now. So 4 calcite, a fragment, 16 shimmerstone, and 8 blue pigment. I've already forgotten the recipe. Involve that. My brain is messing up because I have so much stuff in my inventory that I've labeled as crap. Four calcite, 16 shimmerstone gem. And then it was 8 blue. And I think that's the whole recipe. For that 16, 8, and a bucket of liquid crystal, which we have. Done. One, two, three, 4. And the liquid crystals in the pink bucket. Radiance pin. Just equip that. It goes in the pin slot. Over here. So now whenever I stand anywhere in the dark, there'll be a dinging noise and it will cease to be dark. All of this garbage. You just get whipped into the cactus. I don't care. Oh, this is actually a cluster. This is good. We break those. I'll pick these. Why not? Gems. Blood orchid. Yellow sapling. We need more yellow. A lot more yellow. I need the yellow to be in the pigment palette. This will vacuum up half of the yellow that we have stored, because all it does is balance half and half. It's not possible to get everything out without using an infinite Zeno's paradox of jars, and I hate it. Oh, I also got this bundle stuff to deal with. More memories. Another Ever Promise, which I put over here. More crystal blocks. Nope. And Twitch is telling me my connection is unstable again. Very tired of that. Can't do much about it though. What I am going to do is take this unholy amount of yellow dye, divide it by 6, that's 10 trees. 10 saplings, 20 vegetal, and we're going to make us some yellow. Yeah, the instability is completely beyond my control, much like my volume. So now I've got sapling, tools. I just need bone meal. Just grab a whole bunch of bone meal. And it's time to bully some yellow trees. In the middle of all the grayscale and that one blue one. Such a weird arrangement of trees. Well, this is it. This is the next several minutes. Tree, grow, destroy. This is the only way to farm pigment in the mod. And I need tons of this yellow pigment to fill my pigment palette back up, so I can keep running the Wand of Light. is no way to automate this process because if I don't break the leaves by hand with a tool, particularly a fortune tool, I will get basically nothing. In fact, I'll get literally nothing. I'll get normal oak saplings if I don't break them myself. And if I don't use a fortune tool, I will get much, much less in terms of pigment. Which is why my wonderful scythe here has Fortune 3 on it. I could make a tool with Fortune 4, but it wouldn't break 3x3 blocks like this. Oops. I stood slightly too close to the tree, got punched into the ground, and accidentally grew grass. The good news is we just happen to be getting at least as many saplings as we plant, which works for me. It means I don't have to mess around with making the resonance pickaxe to awkwardly smash leaf blocks in the hopes that I will get more saplings. Or have to build the whole enchanting setup, and then try to figure out how to fuel that to get resonance on, I don't know, a hoe? And then because it has resonance, it can't have fortune, and therefore it's terrible for getting actual pigment. The whole pigment thing in this mod is weird, tedious, and irritating. But I guess if I can play Astral Sorcery and mess around with growing crystals, then I can take the time to farm trees. Here, have some more yellow. Also this gray. As an added bonus, in fact, you know what? I'm using the wrong axe. As I was saying, as an added bonus, that gets me tons of wood that I can turn into charcoal later to fuel that extra blast furnace we picked up. But I just then realized I made an axe to expedite the process. Ooh, charcoal. The charcoalinator lives again. It's not as fast or powerful as the other axe, because the other axe is made of a higher tier material. But it auto smelts the wood, which I have always considered hilarious. In fact, I'm going to auto smelt all this wood too. We'll just come over here somewhere kind of open. And build ourselves a 2x2 trunk that goes nowhere. Just to knock it down again. This might be high enough. I don't know how tall it can break. Is this too tall? No. Good. And now it's all charcoal, at the cost of functionally nothing. I don't have to burn charcoal to make charcoal, it's just all charcoal. Boom, almost 2 stacks of charcoal. By the power of funky tools. Also looks like I might finally be running out of saplings, so this is nearly over. One more sapling returned. Do I hear another one? Nope, no more saplings. We're done. Is this a ridiculous and excessive amount of yellow? No. Remember, only 2 quantities matter. Not enough, and I'll never have to think about this again. When it comes to a sheer number of resources, no other numbers matter. And it wasn't even enough. We still need more charcoal. Or do we? I had another solution. Get out there. Go on. Take the lava, thank you. And another one. Did this suddenly go quiet? It did. Now we have 45,000, almost 46,000 yellow ink in the pigment palette. Which is also, spoilers, not going to be enough. But for now, it's an immense amount that I can't do much better than. We're almost done packing up. There's just this to go. More Giant Lotus stuff and crystals. Another Moonstone core and a disc, which is a copy of the same disc. Well, let's see what the disc do. It evaporates. I put the disc in there and it's gone. Well, that happened before with another mod set, but in this mod set I don't have a backpack that I can slot a de facto jukebox into. Can I do anything else with this? Burn it. Melt it into a diamond. I mean, that's the plan then, isn't it? Give me the diamond. I got this carrot. The rabbit hide I should probably destroy. We have more than enough rabbit hide. I've got a present full of rabbit hide. And more rabbit hide besides. Rabbit hide is just... there's too much. Polished stone, lizard meat, rosebush is a kind of dye flower. I got this onyx chime to add to this one. We're still unloading the stuff. There's so much of the stuff. Aloe. I've got to try planting some of this. We also need more sand. That's okay. We have ways of making sand. These don't seem to be growing at all. Take petals from the jade thing. That gives me petals. Hooray, we have petals. Does anyone care? Not really. doesn't plant. Ah, why won't you plant in the sand, where you logically should go? It said in the book that it doesn't like dirt. I can't plant it on stone, that wouldn't make any sense. Unless I can, and it just doesn't make sense. Well, there you go. It plants on stone, which doesn't make any sense. And now it doesn't. Is it the light level? Where it said it doesn't like light in the first place? Getting annoyed that the book seems to be misleading us about this one plant. Like, it gives us clues, and I obey those clues, and it's just not good enough. Not good enough. It won't plant heat. It won't plant under the torch, but it'll plant in areas that are slightly less lit. So it has a specific light value that it needs. And it doesn't tell you what that light value is. You just have to figure it out. I'm sure some people like those kinds of clues. I am not among them. It's growing kind of fast, too. I also need to do something with this bismuth. And the answer to that is metal blocks. What kind of metal blocks? I can only guess. This is one of those things where I have done this before, and I'm still only dimly aware of what kinds of metal blocks I need. Because it seems to take from anything, almost. And sometimes won't. It's just bizarre no matter how you look at it. Anyway, I'm beginning to get confused and multitask again. So down goes the cobblestone. Down goes the anvil. That makes gravel. Down goes the gravel. This stuff goes fast. Down goes the anvil. And now we have sand. No more pillaging deserts for me. I see. You right-click to take leaves. I see how that works now. So now we have aloe. And more sand. Resins stuff. Pyrite stuff. Our fancy underground trees have grown up. They are now nice and weird and glowy. I guess right here in this depression, I'll place a cobblestone with large bismuth on it. In fact, let's make that 4 cobblestone. And then around that bismuth, we'll place iron and more different iron, gold, copper. Do I know what I'm doing? Not in the slightest. I'm just kind of hoping this works. Because it says the bismuth grows in proximity to metals. So here you go. Metals in proximity. I hope that makes you happy. If not, I don't know what to do about you. That leaves the reso shards and the pyrite stuff. Pyrite rippers, they don't do anything. They have no uses aside from being landmines. So I don't really know why I took them. Bristle sprouts. They compost and can be brewed with to make bristle mead. For fire resistance, speed, and strength. Not bad. Sawblade hollyberry. Makes bristle tea. Something spirit instiller hadn't undiscovered. Holly liquor, holly cider. Honey. Hollyberries and aloe make honey. I guess. And the pyrite chunks we've been through. There's the ring of pursuit. Comes out with a bismuth ring made of bismuth crystals, which, who knows how that happens. You can crush bismuth clusters. Oh. One of our bismuth has grown. It's now a full cluster. And it turned one of the iron blocks into cobblestone. And oh boy, we are learning things. We are learning lots of things. Learning all the things. Stop learning things. I'm gonna have to look at the book. Boy, what a flurry of unlocks that was. Alright then. Hope the bismuth continues to develop. And I've run out of storage space again, because Spectrum is very, very greedy when it comes to storage space. So I guess I'm putting Sawblade Holly and things down here. Shulker now empty, goes back in my inventory. We've got the resonance shards on us. And I guess it's time to go to the book and see what we just learned. What the heck just happened? Oh my god. That's a lot of new knowledge. So we still have what happened below. I gotta break Dragonrot Bones, visit the very bottom, and something ruins are created. This one, breaking the Dragonrot Bones, we're waiting until Wednesday. Because these two barrels are brewing incandescent amalgam, which is... where's that? Is it a magical block? No. It's not cuisine. Incandescent amalgam. It needed to brew for at least one full day. And I tried brewing some earlier, and I harvested it after a full day, but apparently it wasn't quite a full day, even though the barrel said it was, so we only got water bottles. And that wasted all of this stuff. So that's why I have 2 more barrels of incandescent amalgam set up. And we're not going to harvest them today. They went in yesterday. I'm not harvesting them today for safety reasons. I'm not harvesting them tomorrow because Tuesday's my day off. So that means Wednesday. We crack these barrels open, get the bombs out, and start blasting Dragonbone. But with that aside, what have we actually learned? Magical blocks, Crystallarium. Made with bismuth, Palteria, liquid crystal, polished. It is an ink-powered contraption that grows chunks of ore into crystals. Throw stuff on top, let it crystallize, burns ink. Raw materials create a small bud that will grow. Crystalline resources, you can use an existing crystal as a seed to grow them. The Crystallarium also accepts catalysts, which are mostly optional. This is a lie. Some special materials may require them. Read all materials basically require them. We can grow coal with charcoal or incandescent essence as reagents. And all reagents have these 3 stats, which acceleration sounds like if it makes them grow faster. Ink consumption, reducing the ink consumption is better than making it consume more. And used up is the chance for the reagent to be consumed, I believe. And all we have is these arrows to go by. Such a wonderful amount of information that we have. It's useless. We can do coal, copper, diamonds, echo shards. Yeah, because I've seen those. Also, each of these requires a different color of ink. brown for coal, brown for copper, cyan for diamonds, brown for echo shards. Emeralds are grown with cyan, glowstone is grown with yellow, gold is brown, iron is brown, lapis is purple for some reason, and is catalyzed with bottles of enchanting or raw azurite. That's horrible. Netherite scrap. I don't have any of that. Which is also brown. Prismarine. Grows into clusters. I think I have a little bit of this left over from something, from having found it. Because we still don't have a single... I still haven't found a single ocean temple on the map. Quartz accelerates with jade petals and midnight chips. That's okay, weird. And redstone, catalyzed with storm stones and stardust. Painter's Cuisine, we have Restoration Tea, which cures all negative status effects and makes you immune to them for a minute. That's jade petals and cocoa beans. That could make it easier to fight those little bugs that inflict tons and tons of status effects. Jade wine, made with a jade wine bulb and petals. Well, I don't have any spare of these, do I? Jade wine, fire resist, saturation of weakness. Some added sweetness would do it good, so it's suggesting that you add sugar. But it doesn't tell you how much to add, or how or when. Just a vague hint. Now we have glass crest tools, which I should look at in a second. Malachite tools. We still don't... Oh! Malachite is grown with white ink in the crystallarium with moonstone as a catalyst. It doesn't accelerate or change the ink consumption rate, and has a used up stat. Yeah. Tell me that's optional. Anyway, with refined malachite from that process, you can combine all the major diamond digging tools and pure quartz, palteria, and moonstone powder into a malachite multi-tool with Fortune 4 that can also switch to Silk Touch. The problem with this tool, despite how amazing it sounds, is that it has durability. Why would I want to go from 2 bedrock pickaxes which do not have durability to a tool that does have durability? Especially a tool that does have durability that has powers that allow it to affect wider areas, thereby breaking the tool faster. It can also make a super great sword, allegedly. I mean, Sweeping Edge 4 is certainly something, along with +1 attack range and extra damage. It's slower, though, but I'm already using a Tinker's Cleaver, So, apparently slower doesn't concern me all that much. There's just the small little detail of the durability issue, and my cleaver regenerates and takes heads. So, this isn't as good. We have an upgraded trident, which does an additional point of damage and is faster. With impaling, so it shreds underwater creatures. I continue to be unimpressed. And an improved crossbow. Is it really improved, though? I mean, from the base crossbow, sure. From my crossbow, probably not. And then, from malachite, you can upgrade it with nether stars, pure netherite, moonstone cores, and white ink to get an improved, partially mechanical sword that consumes white ink for special powers and still has durability. I don't care how powerful these are if they can break. If you have something that is made of nether stars, netherite, extremely rare resources, extremely valuable resources, and pigment, and it can break, you've lost me. 15 damage, I don't care. It can break. You've lost me. Double upgraded crossbow, including pure redstone and star fragments. Apparently it can overcharge, whatever that means. Improved bident with storm stones, pure prismarine, mermaid's gems. Apparently you can fly with ink because you can riptide. Does not require water to riptide. Tap riptide when riptide to riptide. So as long as you have white ink, you can just fly and fly and fly and fly. Hooray. But it can break. Also, I don't have a trident in the first place. So as much as these wonderful endgame super tools are neat, I don't care. Because they can break. We discovered the deep dripstone caves, finally. The last biome. Gigantic stalactites. You've seen ones that span hundreds of blocks already, and the ground has puddles of water. Decoration. Jade petal blocks. Well, okay then. I guess that's a thing. So I need to grow malachite to proceed. Because yellow question mark. This marks things that are necessary for regression. So I have to make a crystallarium. And I need to make a cinder hearth. And we have these resonance shards kicking around for the resonant pickaxe as well, which is going to be nice. This will allow me to collect budding crystal so I can make, I already said this, so I can make my own geode. For now, though, we'll just keep this in our pocket. Actually, scrap that. I'm making one right now. 1 shard, 2 moonstone, 2 smooth basalt. Funny how I collected all these shards and they can only be collected in bulk, but you only use one. There's also more you can do with it. It just remains undiscovered. So, hooray! Weaponized ignorance. 2 moonstone. to smooth basalt, not the polished. Ah, good. These have been all cooked. Okay, so this is Project 1. Project 2, Cinder Hearth. Stratine fragments, and a bunch of polished blocks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Stratine fragment. That's Project 2. The way I pronounce basalt is not consistent, nor will it ever be. And then the crystallarium. More polished blocks, 2 peltaria, 2 bismuth, and a bucket of liquid crystal. I thought the peltaria was in here. It is not. That means it's in here. Two bismuth, and the bucket of crystal from the pink tank. There we go. 3 things that we are crafting. All of which are also made involving crushed dust, and I haven't checked how much because I don't care. When we run low, I'll just make more. Also, can I make improved efficiency slopes yet? Maybe I should think about that, like, right now. Efficiency slope, tier 2, I don't see a recipe. So I guess however that's made, I don't have access to it yet. Shame. Creeper. You stay over there. Bismuth, crystal, peltaria, and then some arrangement of these blocks. I think the 2 creepers are going to stay in my trees over there. Good. As long as they don't bother me. We'll just let them live their lives and despawn. And then we do this, and that, and these to make the blast furnace. And that is our 3 projects all done with. Funny thing is, I'm taking one of these, because this was always meant for the blast furnace. Oh, we have the melted diamond. Gem cast. Thank you. Crystallarium. Can go right there. Cinder Hearth. I mean, the Resonant Pickaxe is going in my bottomless mess of tools. And then there's the Cinder Hearth, which involves a big old structure. Which is like 4 by 5-ish. I'm gonna put it right here. It doesn't quite fit there though. Well, it will. Well, I can also put it sideways. That'd be easier. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide and 1, 2, 3, 4 deep. 4, 4 by 2, 3, 4, and 5. It seems I need that spare torch. That'll do. And to make this work, the Cinder Hearth is going to have to go right where I'm staring. And we have to carve out a pit for it. The Cinder Hearth is another one of those constructions that I really don't like, because it's very confusing to dig out this flashing everything. Oh. There's also the outdoors right here for some reason. Let's not think too hard about that. Although, I'm pretty sure this hole to the outside has been here the entire time. Yeah, I can't see. Okay, you know what? Breaking this. This does not look right. I mean, it looks mostly right, but also kind of doesn't. Is that the right size? Is that the right everything? Basically. I guess it's just about as good as I'm gonna get. And of course, I still have to break the block immediately underneath. So, 21 polished, 6 crest. I'm skipping glass like for now. 2 chiseled, and 6 buckets of lava. Let's fill that recipe. 21 polished. 6 crest. Is there anything I can do about this thing that'll make it look better? Rather than just doing it all one solid color. The answer is basically no. I mean, kind of. I can make the crest blocks white, and then these 3 polished blocks white, and black the whole rest of it. That could work. So that's 3 of these, and then another 6 of them to make into crests. 2 chiseled. Those have to be basalt, because calcite chiseled look terrible. 21, 6, 2, that's all the blocks, except for these glass-like blocks and the buckets of lava. So we're basically good. Oh no, I have to break these blocks here. And these ones are already broken. And I can't see if glass lava, so I do need to break one more level down in the middle here. Okay. And these corners. So that's all that. Now we have the crest blocks, the chiseled blocks. The chiseled blocks are where the efficiency slope upgrade goes. And now it is the lava and the glass blocks. Lava is easy. Go there. Why won't you go there? The reason you won't go there is because there's an invisible light there. Now go there. That is part of the reason I didn't make the radiance pin earlier. And now I need 5 glass-ish blocks. Seared glass is legal? I know I saw seared glass as an option. Also soul glass, which I just happen to have. Ta-da! Cinder Hearth. The Cinder Hearth is a silly machine because it runs on orange and black ink, which is the whole reason I made these two flasks. It runs on orange ink natively, and then black ink powers the efficiency slope upgrade, making it consume less ink overall. Yeah, efficiency black ink greatly decreases ink consumption of the other types, including orange. Then I can put a speed upgrade on it or a yield upgrade on it, which we haven't even discovered the yield upgrade yet. But I could totally get a crafting speed upgrade there and then add magenta ink to its mix. The problem, of course, is the way that ink works. Because I have to get ink into the Cinder Hearth. The only way to do that is to put pigment in here, pull it out in a flask, which you can only pull out half of what's in here because it balances, and then put the flasks in here, and again, you can only put half of the flask because it balances. So 1/4 of the ink that you collect and harvest actually ends up in the darn Cinder Hearth. Which is why I don't use the blasted thing. Because I'm just fundamentally opposed to such wasteful energy methods. I would have to farm a whole bunch of black and orange just to make this thing worthwhile. Because again, and I'm going to keep repeating this because it's a pain in the ass, I can only take half of the ink out of the color picker, and then only put half of that into the Cinder Hearth. It's awful. It's awful, and the creator should apologize. Do I also have a ton of magenta I could stick in there? I mean, I do have a ton of magenta. It is exactly that. Alright, let's also make a speed upgrade. Crafting accelerator. Whoopsie. It's made with magenta. Guess what I just burned literally all of? So it goes. But hey, look, there's magenta in the tank now. It's ready. It can fuel the upgrade after I make more magenta, so I can make the upgrade. trees, requiring 6 vegetal. Now I'm going to get my charcoalinator out, because I didn't make enough charcoal last time. Get the bone meal. How's this doing? The jade vine is happy. The jadeite lotus bulbs still aren't. I don't know why they're so upset. Make the trees. These things, I noticed that a couple of these blocks are pink. That's where glass peaches come from. These extremely fancy underground trees. And the leaf blocks will just continue to blossom and become peaches, and I don't know why this isn't doing anything. I'm also fairly sure, yes, I'm seeing sparkles fly into the sky. Because this is here. I got another shooting star. Also, all the bismuth has bismuthed. Many more of my precious metal blocks have been mysteriously converted to cobblestone. This is the silk touch. I guess I'm just not allowed to take the clusters entirely unless I use resonance. Oh, well. We still have more metal over here, so the bismuth can continue to bismuth. I am not making the Steven Universe joke. And we have our magenta. Just what everyone always wanted. More trees. Oh, come on. If I stole that one from the gay space rock herself, it just wouldn't sound right. Right, there's the bone meal. We have glass peaches. Plenty of magenta. More charcoal. Okay, back to upgrade blocks. Structure upgrades. Accelerator. Amethyst, topaz, citrine. Do I want one of these? Do I want two of them? I don't know. Two. And each one is 2 magenta and calcite basalt. And hit it. And then I will immediately Stormstone both of them. Once I can find my Stormstones. To make them tier 2. Which, if I remember right, costs a lot of power. But we're going to do it anyway. And try and reload this on the fly. Oops. Whoopsie. That's what shift clicking does. That's why I don't have hoppers on these things. Wait. Okay, it costs 8 onyx. I have enough. I have enough. We also need lots of white ink, so I can get with the malachite thing. That's going to be a whole nother flask. Thanks for the magenta. Liquefy and pull off the white. Magenta goes here. That's tasty. Still, that's half of it, which I hate and always will. I can pull off a little more here, and then go back here to feed in half of the difference. It's so bad. It's such a needless pain. And this 1.6k white is not enough to run the crystallarium. So I need more white, and orange, and black. What a pain. But I have these now. The reason I made 2 is because one of them is going over here. other one goes here to drink all the magenta ink we stuffed in here. So now I have a cinder hearth at the ready. And I think the first thing I want to do with it is find where I put these. Five humming stone glass. And we'll replace this glass with the humming stone glass once this is ready. For a tier 2 crafting accelerator, this doesn't look very impressive. No, don't bounce around, go get in the hole. Nope, it's gonna fly away. Right, have it your way. And it broke. Completely. No, it didn't. It's in my inventory for some reason. How did that happen? Now it's broke. Mostly got dyes, but also a little star matter. Oh no, soul glass is being destroyed. Whatever shall I do about that? I don't know if the humming stone glass is any better. Oh, it did it again. Yeah, it's just a thing I continue to have to deal with at random intervals. Let's put mending on this thing. And unbreaking. And sure, some efficiency as well. Why not? Can't hurt. I'm level 80. What am I going to do with these? Anything to keep this expensive pickaxe from exploding. And wait, wasn't there some kind of book thing I picked up that could, like, stamp enchantments? There was something. This. Right-click to swap enchantments. The enchantments will be bound to items of that type. So theoretically, I could use this to steal the resonance and other enchantments off of this pickaxe and put them onto a third bedrock pickaxe. In theory. Not sure if it would actually work. It'd be kind of expensive to try, and I just don't feel like it. Not a risk I want to deal with. But the Cinder Hearth is up. And I need more ink of basically every conceivable color. We need more black, which I already have. We need more orange to run the thing. We need more white to make everything work. In theory, tons more white. In practice, I don't actually know. So that's for 9 white trees. Twitch is still showing me problems. Gonna have to muscle through it. It's almost closing time anyway. More orange. Orange is, of course, a combination of yellow and red. I shouldn't have to tell anyone that. Yeah, getting there. About another 10 minutes. I can make 6 orange trees. That's another 6 saplings. Another 12 vegetal. I already have the black saplings on me. Funnily enough, we're starting to run low on bone meal. And these jadeite lotus bulbs still have no progress. Can we bone meal them? I mean, we can. It just doesn't do anything. Period. What a colossal disappointment that was. An entire stack of bone meal for no effect at all. Another thing on our to-do list, besides all these trees, is to take the fact that we now have white powder and black powder and get ourselves to one of these, not the dike ruins, but the color dikes. Like this one, the color ruins. Because the color ruins have treasures that are locked behind access to black and white. More bismuth. Yep, 3 more. Alright, these are our trees. And considering how many trees we've already processed today, maybe I should hang on to this as a tomorrow thing. Sorry, a Wednesday thing. Because I just, we've already spent so much time fussing around with the trees. Alright, more trees Wednesday. These barrels open Wednesday. I'll be back then. Until next time. Hopefully the world saves properly this time. We don't lose any more books. That's something we'll find out Wednesday together.